part of the affirmatives plan was the mental competency test. And yet, their arguments regarding this were fairly vague. I'm very curious as to know what test exists that will generate a person's mental competency and know how mentally competent that person will be in future years to come. Because someone's mental state can change. They can develop diseases such as Alzheimer's or post-traumatic stress disorder that may not be easily detected, but are still there and can still decrease their ability to practically own a weapon. They consistently reference Tucson, Arizona's shooting as one of their major arguments for change. However, Jared Launer was an undiagnosed person and they still don't know what mental illness he has. And he did undergo a background check, unlike the affirmative would have you believe. So he did slip through the system legally. And Tucson, Arizona, and other instances, such as Columbine, were not in urban areas, so they cannot be a part of the affirmative's plan for change. Ian stated in his speech how their plan will decrease child mortality rates, yet there is no evidence in the plan that it will do so. They also reference Britain and Japan as countries wherein gun restrictions work. However, in Britain and Japan, it is virtually impossible to get your hands on a gun. Yet that is simply not the case in the U.S., nor will it ever be. There are 350 million guns in the U.S. that criminals can get a hold of, that anyone can get a hold of. Caitlin decided to choose 3 guns in her plan, but that is a very arbitrary number, and there's really no reasoning behind why she chose that number. Ian also stated that their plan would reduce the amount of available guns, but they cannot do this because their plan can't reduce production as part of the resolution, and there are already so many guns available in the U.S. Additionally, it's very important that any legislation that they pass involving urban areas likely won't pass as law, because the Supreme Court has consistently, as I stated in D.C. and Chicago, struck down local urban laws regarding gun control. And their description of the background check was also very vague and not really sure how it would work out in regards to their plan. At the very core of who I am, I believe in the sanctity of life. Every death is a tragedy. Gun violence is real, and I never intend to own a gun in my life. However, the affirmative plan for change will not work. It will not create an important, effective, positive change for the future. Americans and the Supreme Court support the Second Amendment. Urban gun restrictions have not worked as seen in Chicago and D.C. Criminals will always find ways to possess guns. If you are willing to take life, you are certainly willing to bypass gun laws. The affirmative's plan cannot work because the resolution is inherently flawed. I sincerely urge you to vote negative. Thank you.